are you doing? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us today, Bernadette. We are back for another episode of seasons two of Let's Talk Empath with your girl, Leonessa, and my
Lizzie
girl, Lizzie.
Smith. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Liz?
I'm doing good, thank you. And
It's
sending
been
many
a while.
blessings to Bernadette and anybody that shows up. Many blessings to you.
Many blessings to everyone tuning in. Thank you so much for taking a minute of your time to check out some of our content that we have for you today. The topic that we decided to go with is go ahead, Lizzie.
Well, our topic of the day is energy vampires. There are
Go
many
ahead and tell
energy
us
vampires
what
out
is that?
there. An energy vampire is someone that um, can drain the energy, happiness. They're overstimulated. They just take so much from you, whether intentionally or not. They drain your emotional energy.
Okay, and where can people run into such entities or people that do this vampire sucking?
They can actually be acquainted to you. They can be family. They can be friends. They can be anybody off the street. They can be even narcissists you may know, oddly enough. Um, they appear really extremely friendly, maybe overly the top friendly, but they want you they want some consistent acknowledgement, so it, they're overstimulated. They easily get annoyed. They can be apathetic, but in the end it makes you fatigued, stressed out. You can't think clearly. um, and there really isn't a common approach to somebody like this because you don't know until you're in the situation who you're dealing with.
Right. And I used to think that you would mostly encounter an energy vampire in an adult, but you can actually encounter an energy vampire in children.
Yes, you can. Um,
And that's sad.
I've seen that too. Right. Well, I think a lot of the the younger children take that on from their parental role or whoever the guardian may be. So they're
Right.
learning that behavior, and I don't think they realize what they're doing, but they're going to grow up doing that to other people and thinking that's an okay thing, not realizing how it affects other people, especially empaths. It affects us a lot more than it would normally somebody else.
Right. And
It's almost like we have to put up our own wall, our own shield.
that shield. And what are the different ways that an energy vampire, how could they affect an empath? Can they affect you mentally, physically, internally, like all the ways that they can possibly affect you?
Um, they yeah, they can affect you mentally. They can um, it can get so bad where almost it feels like you're going crazy. It's like you can't collect your own thoughts because you're so consumed, overwhelmed. It's like literally they're sucking energy, time, whatever you have in you. It's like they're pulling it out of you and pushing onto you, reflecting onto you all their issues, and it's kind of leaving you like in a roller coaster state of how do I get out of it? Because now I'm in this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude, but sometimes it can just be too much.
You have to do what's right for you. You have to. And it doesn't mean that an empath is
Yes.
selfish. It has nothing to do with
Yes.
there are, but we did have a discussion in our previous season about the differences between dark empaths and empaths such as ourselves that are not that way. um
Right.
with let's dive into
Right.
the energy vampires. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to just kind of listen to some of the things that Miss Lizzie has to share with you about these energy vampires, and we have some images to kind of give you another like example of scenarios. Energy vampires.
Right.
So there are many different scenarios where a person can be an energy vampire. You can find an energy vampire between your significant other, between your parents. You can find them at work. You can find it, taking place in, intimate relationship scenarios like in the bedroom. And you just need to retreat. And you don't know where to start sometimes, especially if you're an inexperienced empath. And so you're going to find yourself drained,
Right.
laying in your bed. You can't get up. And that's where depression takes hold.
Right. Right. Right.
And
And
also,
and
as
I
we
do
refer,
have better examples if you're good. You're
forgot that
good.
we have a little delay. Yeah, no, I know we have a little delay. I wanted to share with everyone where you can find Lizzie and myself on social media
Yes.
platforms. You can subscribe to Lizzie on YouTube at Elizabeth Smith 627. Please subscribe, and also um, check out some more of your content, your books. I love your books. Purchase books by Lizzie Smith on
Thank you.
Amazon.com. Yes, you will find it
Yes.
under that name. Your support is greatly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Or
I'm also on TikTok.
story. And you're on
Yes.
TikTok. See a lot of hats. I
I
like it.
am.
I like it a lot. I
Thanks.
like it a lot. You
Yes.
need to get yourself a hat. Put a hat on. And, if you would like to
Right.
purchase
Right.
handmade jewelry by Lizzie, you can message her via Facebook at Lizzie Smith.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, man. Come on, everybody. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh, Bernadette says yes, yes. Such, and you all can find me here on this platform, Flawless Streams, this channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get notifications anytime we go live for any of our live shows or any music videos or any shows that are uploaded. It's all here on this channel. Subscribe, or you can look me up
Yes.
on social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, TikTok as Lily the Goddess. Go ahead, listen to my music. You can look in some of my work. I'm a filmmaker too. You could look up me on IMDb Pro under Lily Leonessa. Excuse me, Leonessa Cruz. Leonessa. Did I say that right? I said that right? Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
Leone.
My own name.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, when
Yes.
you try to keep up with all your stage names, man, it's so good, so great. Liz, let's get into this energy vampire. Do you want to go ahead with the readings?
Oh yes. 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 I can do readings. I love doing. I'm gonna do a 3 card draw
Sounds
to see
good.
what we pull out. Oh, one. That was pulled up. Two and three. Oh, apparently this is going to be a 4 card reading because it flew out. So our first card is uh, the base chakra. For me, this shows that you need time for yourself. The base is you. So you're growing. You've got strength. Continue to do for you to to protect yourself, to keep yourself strong, mentally stable. Don't worry so much about outside influences. This wants you to focus on yourself. Card two is showing right now you may be apart from someone that you love. This is memories of love. These are things that you want to remember, not forget, and you're taking gentle care of each memory. So this also represents you most likely getting back with that person, but right now this is a break. Your next card is it's a mental conflict reversed. So though you may not have you're not deep inside your head, there's still some things on your mind that you just can't let go of right now. Um, there's issues, and that would have to do with you letting go of things right now. You're keeping the important things of love on here, but you're still struggling with some things, and you probably don't want to share them right now. And sometimes it's okay to open up to other people to share what's on your mind, and that'll help release all this extra in your mind that is needed. The last card I have is being able to move forward. Being able to move forward. So the stars is going across, or the comet's going across. This is the path you need to take. You need to continue to move forward so you can grow, have that strength, so you can have better, you can get back in touch with the person that you love, or a new relationship. But it wants you to keep moving forward. Don't be too stuck in your head right now where you're at a standstill. Continue to move, and answers will come to you.
Okay, that was beautiful. And then also we have Bernadette. I used to have a shield, but I feel it got knocked down trying to repair it.
Um, do you want me to answer that first, or you want to do that?
Yes, you go. No, I actually I was gonna mention how some of what you were saying was connected to what she said, and it was before
Yes, it
you even
was.
knew that she said it. You know, see,
Right.
it was before you even knew she put that in there. Y'all, it's the proof is in the pudding,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen. Y'all see it for yourself. You can play that back
And
on
it
replay. See for yourself. Can't make this up.
exactly, exactly. So for you, Miss Bernadette, I believe you do have a shield, but I also believe that you're gonna have to step back away from things that aren't good for you, and can remember the acceleration to move forward. You have to move forward with. Don't be stuck on your coulda, shoulda, woulda's. Those are past. We're going to move on to something better. You hold on to the good memories that you have. If it's love, if it's friendship, if whatever uh, that you hold dear, that you love, take that with you and move forward. So you'll be able to stand up better for yourself, have that shield, and know that you're not going to turn around and go back to a situation that made you unhappy. So you can build your shield as you move forward, but build it in a new way, a new, fresher way, with new guidelines, with new boundaries. I hope that helps.
I have to agree with that. I felt like I feel like being that Miss Bernadette is tuning in so carefully to the show tonight, that maybe a lot of what we're gonna get is her energy, especially. But these readings, ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember is that you're gonna find something that you can also relate to. Lizzie does general card readings, available on you on TikTok. Please follow
Right.
her on TikTok, so she can get to a thousand
Right.
followers, and she can go live, and she will give even more in depth of those readings for you. And again, the proof is in the pudding, and you're welcome to go check out her work. It is amazing. And there you go. I'm using the Goddess Tarot card deck. If anybody's familiar with it, you can
Lily.
find it at many different stores. You can find it off of Amazon. You can also find it. Well, I found this one at a different shop, but they also had it available at Moonbeams Crystals in Crystal River, Florida. The first card that I picked up was the Contemplation reversed. Now, of course, you're not going to probably see it if I turn it like maybe this way. So I thought it was very interesting how I got the Contemplation reverse reversal card, ladies and gentlemen, and then the next one is transformation. And what I understand is that if you're whatever you're thinking of, this really aligned with what Miss Liz was saying, how whatever you're thinking of, you need to not take too long making a decision. You have to really, really, snap out of it, because time is ticking, life moves on, and while you're still stuck on making a decision about something that is actually draining your energy, the topic of today, you're missing out on so many other things, other opportunities, other people in your life that you need to be giving your time and energy to, which in turn they will give you, well, they'll replenish you with much better energy. Transformation card: to transform your negativity, you have the decision either to transform the situation to a positive, or you can just not, kind of stay stagnant and not move forward at all. The and there's With the reversal in strength as your third card, this is showing that you're still not ready to make that leap because of lack of strength. You're lacking the courage and the strength to do what you need to do in order to see a better outcome. And we have the Five of Staves, again, another reversal showing that whoever you had on your side, is they're kind of in the distant. The team that you had, they're in the distance. This is showing your distant past influences. And connected to that, we have card number 5. Your Seven of Staves is showing that you're taking on a lot by yourself. It's right side up. This one is the only right side up. You're really taking on a lot by yourself. You're putting on more on your plate than what you can handle. Next card, the Ace of Staves. You can come out a winner, and you will. So not only can you, but you will. However, remember that doesn't mean not take action. It's the beginning cards are showing that you have to take action in order to get to card number 6, where you have that outcome. Um, Card number 7, you have the Six of Cups. You'll find a lot growing in your garden, a lot of ideas churring. I wish these things would show. There you go. You'll see a lot of things churring, and 3 people. I like to see the cups also as human beings sometimes. Sometimes I'm oh no, there's more than 3. What am I talking about? It does say 6. Hello, I can count. So 6 people that are going to make some kind of difference in your life. We don't know who they are, but they're helping you fill your pot, your cups, excuse me. Pot, cups. I'm native. Anyway, Princess of Cups. Slurpy slurp. Okay, so your Princess of Cups is saying that, it's showing how people look on you and ways they may help or hinder you in this situation. The Princess of Cups is showing me that you're drinking and you're having your fill, but you're really not replenishing your cup as you need to from giving the other cards from before. How do we get to that outcome? With wisdom, which we drew the wisdom card sitting on a lotus. With wisdom on your mind, we can get to six of staves. Six of staves, which will give us ace of staves. So you have a lot of staves. Remember emotions. Well, we know that these cards signify, or it has a lot to do with like emotions and things that you do
Right.
have within your power, but you have to make that decision. So there's a lot going on that's very connected.
Hmm.
This
I
all
liked
is
how
gonna
our
drain
card
you.
would. Sorry, with that whole delay thing, but our cards always somehow connect, Lily. If you notice that when either of us do a reading, the next person that doesn't, it somehow always connects.
Yeah, it connects. Is confirming. I mean, that's the thing. That's also showing, everybody that you can't make this up. It connects. Otherwise, it would be saying something completely different, and it's not. It's consistent. When you have that consistency,
Right.
that lets you know that you have some good readers.
Right.
She says that did help
Yes, it
and make
does.
sense with the reading. Thank you. We're glad that you received a message in that, and we're both glad that it helped. Oh Lord, the profanity. Well, we're glad that you felt that. Um,
Yes,
and
that's good. That's good.
I, and then that's another case scenario. That sort of thing that we're picking up is that shows how people can really drain your energy. Energy vampires with empaths. Since we pick up on everybody's energies, when we're around those individuals that need so much attention, narcissistic individuals, needy individuals, woe is me
Right.
individuals, victimized type individuals. It doesn't matter
Yes,
how much of
exactly.
their nonsense adds up. It doesn't matter how much of of their suffering is real or not. If it's affecting you this way, it's not good. That means it's out of your hands.
Right.
It's bigger than you. You can't do it. You
Right.
want to
Right.
elaborate some more on that, Miss Liz?
Well, yeah. Well, I actually have some examples. Maybe that would help some other people, if you don't mind. Um,
Yes, absolutely.
oddly enough, energy vampires, they don't like to take accountability for anything. They got an issue that they caused, but only to pull themselves back in it to seem like they're going to save the person from the situation, although they started the situation. They seem to always
Right.
be involved in some kind of drama. They always have to one up you. Example, that's really good news. I actually applied for a new job too, and I really need some help with my resume. Do you mind looking it over? If you said that to somebody, their response, so proud of you, only three more certifications for you to catch up to me. So they kind of give you a backhanded compliment. They always want to one up something that you've done. They'll diminish your problems and play up on their own. They drain the most energy from you because they want to shift all this attention from you to them, and then they sort of use um, your emotions as their personal buffet. They use guilt trips or ultimatums with you. They rely on guilt trips to get what they want. There's no shame in their game. They'll use um, these guilt trips as a weapon against the people that are compassionate and caring towards them. Um, because they like to capture a person's attention. They want to coerce them into doing something that the person doesn't want to do. So, an example I have is I don't know how you expect me to make it without you all fall apart. If you really care for me, you'll call me and tell me how much I love you or how much you love me. But they're also very good at bullying and criticizing you if you don't do what they want because they're very good with empaths finding any little insecurity with an empath and they run with it. Once they know that there's this little part of an empath, they'll run. And empaths are, it's almost like, not to say empaths are wrong, but empaths seem to be like, well, we give and give and give and give, but we don't realize it's like we're hypothetically giving them our empath blood energy to keep them moving, but we're not
Yeah,
getting anything in return.
it's
Yeah.
not being
They
give
like to
nothing in
intimidate
return.
as well. Right. Right.
They will intimidate you. They'll
Yes.
tell you, you know, but then after they guilt trip you, they'll diss you behind your back also. And I find that in these times, not that it's
Yes.
just these times, but if anybody out there has ever experienced an energy vampire specifically having an effect on your life, and it has to do with money, finances, this is a very big common one right here. They always want to guilt trip you into giving them
Mm,
your money, your hard earned money, while they, because they're guilty. Oh, I couldn't get the job. I need money. I couldn't get this. I couldn't. And of course, you're that person who wants to be given. You want to be giving to that person. You want to, this is not just anybody. This is someone who's supposed to be my friend or a very good acquaintance or my lover. My cousin, my
right.
sibling, my family member, whoever. But now they're affecting your
Right.
life in a way that it's gotten out of control, and it's
Right.
out of your control. All these things
Right.
that are just out of your control. So what are you going to do about it? You have to transform your life. You've got to walk away. But it's hard. Why is it so hard for empaths or anybody? Because some people are not empaths, Liz, and they find themselves relating to what we're saying, empaths.
Right. Empaths seem to be more of their nurturer. We seem to have that where once we connect with somebody, we always want to send that invisible shield of protection around them and any disturbance of that as well as ourselves. We try to put more into them trying to fix a situation, and sometimes we can't. We cannot fix that situation.
Right.
We try and try and try, and as much as the good heart that we have to keep trying, once it's not reciprocated and once we just seem like, oh my gosh, they just taken so much, we're just drained and tired, and it's like we lose love to love to die
We're having a
that
few
we
technical
were pulled
difficulties, a
from.
little hard to hear, Miss Leslie, but we thank everybody for your patience because everything that Liz has to say is very important. And I hope that you guys can get a lot out of it because sometimes, that's part of what energy vampires do. Sometimes they make our electronics act up.
Right.
True
Yes,
story.
yes. What do you think, Lily?
I find that, yeah, I agree with you. You were in a roll, and you were hitting many points and factors that are undeniable for both the empath type person and the person who, is not an empath, but they can relate. It
Right.
seems to be just something that not a lot of people can get through. It's letting go of a person or any person in their life that's just not bringing them as much happiness as they would have liked. Um, I think we can all relate to that, but we all have a different journey.
Right.
You have for your free will, and all you can do is meditate on and do some self reflection on what you need to do, what is best for you. I am feeling all of this strongly.
I'm glad you're feeling that all this burden is
Well, we're not glad that you're feeling that, you're going through that or anything, but we are glad that that we're hitting some points that you can relate to this
right.
burden
No, no,
test. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Bernadette.
No, you good. No, she knows what you meant. She knows what you meant. It's and you can listen to outside messages. I would particularly listen to the ones that really are heartfelt and from individuals who truly do care. You might get the same type of answers almost from people who do care and people who just want to see you fall
Right,
apart and separate from that person. It's those case scenarios where, depending on where you're getting the information from, it causes you to just stay around that person even more, just because of what they just said. That
right,
don't made you mad. That doesn't help either. Sometimes you gotta just say, you know what, I hear what you're saying, but now I find that I need to be away from the very person that even gave me the advice. Maybe you do. Maybe you need to get away from both.
right,
Get away from the person who, like, take some distance. That way you
right.
could decipher what were the intentions of the person that gave you that advice to leave that person, or to leave that job, or to because that person could be an energy vampire too. They might just be mad the other person is stealing more of your
Right,
energy and they don't get to take advantage of you. So you have to watch for those.
right. Energy vampires are also very good manipulators. Very, very good. And if they can
Facts.
one up you to somebody else, they will walk over you to get what they want and use you as their little stepping stone in the meantime, and you not realize it until it's too late. You know something's wrong. You just don't know what particularly that is until it's too late.
Until it's too late. They got their hooks in you. So now, it
Right.
don't even if they said some horrible things about you behind your back, even if
Hmm.
they hit you physically, just because, and you got mad, and then you come over here and they come over here and they say, I didn't really mean what I said. I know what I said was wrong. Now they're trying to backpedal because you tried to say that you were going to leave, but now they're making sure that they say what they know that you want to hear to keep you around.
And those are more the narcissistic empath um, vampires. Because you also
Yes.
have those narcissistic empath vampires that will, if they, I'll use me as for instance, but then I was blamed for what they did to me, as if
Mm,
I made them do it. Well, if you would have agreed with me, well, if you wouldn't have said this, if you wouldn't have told that person, I I wouldn't have done this to you. I wouldn't have assaulted you. I wouldn't have done these other things to you. That's a way of trying to control, manipulate. That's what
mm-hmm.
vampire does. But what's worse when they're a narcissist.
Exactly. And I know that narcissism is a word that we use a lot, but it's true. It seems to be something that was overlooked for some time, because a lot of people used to use the words stuck up, arrogant, snobby, snooty, and whatever. You
Right.
gotta remember that the energy vampire comes in different forms. Could be an older man, could be a woman, doesn't have to be a man, could be a woman, could be a child. I mean, the very factor that I forgot, that children can be energy vampires, to the point where some people, they say, oh, they're like, I don't want to have kids. They say, I don't want to have kids just because they saw that little energy vampire. I'm like, nah, not all kids are
Right.
that way. Not all men are that way. Not all women that are that way. It's not like that. You know what else could be an energy vampire?
It's how
Your
you
dog.
raise them. It's how you raise.
Your dog could be your energy vampire. You know why? Let me tell
Right.
you, dogs can be exhausting. I should know.
Right.
I love dogs. I love animals, but sure, they're very tiring. But that's a different type of energy waste. That's more of like a physical energy waste. That part they hook you in. Yes, they what you were saying and what we were discussing, how a person, they hook their claws inside you so that they can control you and manipulate you and make you feel like you're worth nothing because you didn't buy them something, or you didn't give them money to bail them out of jail, or what have you. What have you?
Right.
Why didn't you buy me that cake?
Right.
You knew I wanted chocolate.
But I think most people. Right. Right. I think a lot of them are better. I find more of them better at trying to manipulate, make you feel bad about, look what I did to you. I made you a cup of coffee. I said good morning to you. I took out the trash. How come you're not doing A, B, C, D, and E? You know what that means? You don't care. You don't appreciate what the little things that I'm doing for you. It's like they do the little things, but they want something extravagant in return. So even if you did the same thing, you know what? I'll take out the garbage this time. I'll do this time. They're going to be ungrateful because they wanted to do it. And now they can't use that against you, but now they're going to use against you what they should have done, didn't want to do. How dare you? It's your fault. Now I'm mad. It's your fault.
And how does a person
So that
build up
leaves
a
you're
barrier?
an empath. Very, it makes it's I think once you learn the pattern of what the person is trying to do, if you're wanting to now if you're wanting to stay with this individual or around this person, you're going to have to know the cues. Okay, I'm not going to be set off by John Doe because I know he's going to complain about the garbage. He's going to complain that I didn't cook. He's going to complain I didn't mop the floor. Do you know that part of the floor is sticky? You already know he's going to complain, so you already have this wall built up. There's no point of arguing. You already know it's going to happen. So
And when
it's kind
when
of
can
like
a
you have to
person?
balance.
Yeah, like, I mean, but at the same time, you have those energy vampires that they do that. There, ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between, because I don't want anybody to get it confused. Where like, oh well, if I already know I'm gonna get beat, I'll just expect it every time. I'll just let it happen and just not let it bother me. We don't want you to get that confused, because some people, you have to be very, very careful how you say things to people, because some people take things out of context. I'll tell you, what we're trying to explain is the domestic sort of the situations, the lesser situations, not the violent. We can get
Right.
into that a little bit later, but the lesser violent situations where you have an energy vampire trying to make you feel bad and guilty, but just so that they can get money out of you, they can get chaka chaka out of you. For That's my how I'm gonna put it. or anything out of you. Even sometimes using your house, you give them your clothes or whatever, you know, they're just using you. That question Lee
Right.
asked, how do you build a barrier? How do you build it or rebuild it? That's a good question. We're going to leave that up on the screen.
Yes, it is. I believe that you first need to know what your boundaries are. Once you accept, if you say, you know what, I'm not going to accept being yelled at. I'm not going to accept being scolded. I'm not going to be treated like a 2-year-old. You build up, and you can even say, you know what, if you want to talk to me, you can come at me and talk to me like an adult, but you're not going to talk to me like a child. You literally have to stand your own ground, standing your own ground, grounding yourself to what you know is best for you. You're stacking up this barrier around you where you're going to get so comfortable with knowing, you know what, they can say anything they want to with me. I don't have to stick around to listen to it, but they're free to say
Right.
whatever they want. You've got to learn to protect yourself, and little steps. Start with little steps. No, certain things, I'm not going to accept this from this person. I will not accept that behavior from that person. I'm not their babysitter. They are not a child. Hopefully, they're an adult. You don't have to listen to it. You are free to walk away, to keep your peace, your mind calm, and focus in on yourself. You don't want to lose yourself as an empath um, by letting someone put you down constantly, because there's no building up a barrier if you're easily going to be able to be put down.
And I'm gonna piggyback off what you said, Liz. I
Yes.
agree. You once you don't bother asking yourself, oh, how did I let this happen to me? I'm stronger than this. Because if you're trying to build your barrier, all you're doing is just breaking it back down, because now you're making yourself feel bad about things getting as badly as they have. That's not going to help you either.
Right.
Like what she says, baby steps first and foremost. And you have to start
Right.
again. What is your self worth? You ought to know what your
Right.
value is. So, what is it? What is your value? What is your self worth? You know that song, Alicia Keys, A Woman's Worth? What is your worth? And if you got to
Right.
write it down, then write it down. If you need to listen to some music to kind of like help you build that barrier up again because it's making you feel stronger, if you got to go to church and just be around the music where you just can pray, if you got to go to your Buddhist temple, whatever it is that you do, if you need to meditate, you go to yoga, then go. If you got to go swimming, go swimming. Another
Right.
thing that we're going to get into is how water really it rejuvenates you, it replenishes you. It does help you build up. If you haven't been around
Right.
water in a while, I guarantee you, if you give it a chance, doesn't mean that you have to be a swimmer. You don't have to be a swimmer. Let's say you don't swim or you don't like to get into the water. But being around it, smelling the ocean air, whether you go to a lake and you just look at the scenery and you're just around nature,
Right.
now you're connecting to nature, which what's that helping you do? It's helping you build up your energy. But why is it helping you build up that barrier? Because a lot of the energy that we feel that we actually get it when we go outside and we reconnect with Mother Earth. As corny as that may sound to some people, it is the truth.
Right. Right. And if you want to also keep track of it, get yourself a little diary, and you can put down, today Jane Doe said this to me, and I actually stood up for myself. I said I wasn't going to deal with that today, and I walked away. And start making little notes so you can look back and see
Right,
how you're progressing.
right. You want to keep
on,
track of
you know
things.
what? I didn't realize I actually stood up for Edna's situation. You know what? I didn't know that I did that for the. And yes,
Okay, so it looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Um,
oh, there we are.
oh, there we are. Okay, go ahead. You were saying?
Oh, oh no, I was saying we froze. I was looking what happened to
Oh,
us. We
yeah, we
froze. We're
froze.
back.
Yes, a psychic vampire is a creature of folklore said to feed off the life force of other living creatures, but they really do exist. And the energy vampires feed off of humans' life force. They also can affect your home. They affect your living environment. You ever start to feel like now your bedroom, if this takes place in your personal relationship, now your bedroom is feeling the air in the room is feeling thick, the air in the kitchen, the air in the whole house, the living room. Now your whole environment, it has been invaded by this entity, this person who drains you. You don't feel any amount of happiness. And let's
Right,
you know what, and let's say it's not just with someone that you want to actually do away with and you want them out of your life. Let's It can happen with, like I said, it can happen with family. We like to stay close with family. It can happen with, you know a significant other. If your partner, you find that you are an empath
right,
and you have a partner that just is just draining your energy, because and they keep saying that they don't mean to do it, or maybe they don't know they're doing it, but they're yelling when they're telling you that they are, like, they get so upset when you try to approach them, when you try to tell them
right,
you're kind of affecting me, but you say it like me, like, like almost like you are afraid to say it, and then they snap.
right,
Well, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know. Anything gets Oh, here we go again with getting drained and your anxiety and stuff. You tell them about your anxiety. It's not that they don't.
they're
This
good at
person may not
using
care.
things against you.
Right. It
Right,
may not be that so much they don't care in that moment. In that moment, they're not caring, because if they did, they would not have been
right,
reacting that way. It's not
right,
good enough to say, well, because I care, I react this way. That's not good enough. It's not.
right. Mm-hmm.
If you are seeing that your partner, who is very sensitive and spiritual, is sitting there with tears in their eyes because they're frustrated, because they do not know how to approach you, they do not know how to tell you how they're feeling, and all you can say is,
Right,
oh, out of sarcasm, fine, I'm the bad guy, I'm this, I'm that. That's not helping. It's not. And again, like I
right,
said, this could be
right,
a partner, this could be a sibling, this can be even this could be a manager. A manager can even tell you, make you work harder than everybody else, and it's not because they think you deserve to be hired in that advancement. No, it's just because they just like picking on you.
right,
So now you're in a cross between
right,
being bullied. When you are being bullied, I'm telling you, it is. A lot of people are like, well, how do I leave my job? Does that mean I have to leave my job because now I can't deal with my manager, or I can't deal with another employee that completely drains me dry? Well, what do I do? We already told you. You have, number one, know your worth. If you right away say,
exactly.
I am not going to tolerate how this person talks to me. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a start. And keep going. I'm not going to deal with how this person talks to me. I will not let this person put their hands on me. You know how, like, those, now you find yourself creating your own affirmations. Affirmations can also help you build yourself
Exactly.
up, and in turn, you're building, as you build yourself up, you're building your barrier. Now you're doing exactly what you need to be
Yes.
doing.
And, and do your affirmations before you leave to work, before you leave to whatever destination you're going to. Be Say your affirmation to yourself. Believe what you're saying, because if you're saying it, well, I'll try not to let them bother me. That's not that you're not putting your foot down. You're not putting a stamp of this is what's going to be. You need to be firm with what you believe, and the universe will pick it up. But you have
It
to
will.
charge the universe. You have to charge the things around you.
And out of desperation, before you start thinking that you have to go to, a store to purchase items, it starts with you. It starts with you.
Right.
It comes from within. You have to feel that
Yes.
strength within, and you have to tell yourself, but believe what you're saying. You know how they say fake it till you make it?
Right.
You might have to start even there. When we said baby steps, say, I love myself. You better say it until you mean it. You better say it.
Right.
You know, it's this the energy vampires, they really do describe a person who gets this increase of energy every time they're around you. Every time they are around you, they're replenished, but you are left with nothing. I can't tell you. I've experienced this even on sets, film sets. Anybody could just drain you, and you're like, oh my god. And doesn't mean that just because,
Right.
sometimes even the best of us, have to go back and to
Right.
our roots and rebuild our barriers up again. It's ongoing because they come back in full force. All these different
Right.
things that come to bring you back down, they, like I said, they come from work. So if they're coming from all these different directions, you're driving your car, and now you got this person honking the horn, they're driving aggressive on the road. That's an energy vampire right there. This person trying to kill you too. Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They come from all angles. This is
And
why you got to rebuild your
exactly.
barrier.
Right. And there have been some where I've come across where, let's say in a relationship or a family member or siblings coming home, you're inside. You know, at 3 o'clock that person's gonna be driving in the driveway, and you already have this. Your emotions as the empath are all over the place because you don't know how they're going to react. So when they come in, you kind of have to acquiesce to how they are to try to appease the situation. So you being an empath, you're already wasting energy and trying to decipher, to do this tic tac decipher code SOS thing that's going on. Are they coming in a good mood? Are they coming in a bad mood? Are they coming in to accuse me? What didn't I get done today? Are they going to be happy that I cleaned the house? Are they going to pick at, something fell on the floor? It's like no one should be at that situation where you're already in panic mode before they get out of the vehicle. You see them in the car getting out, and you're already like you're spiking to 1,000 trying to calm yourself down. That in itself is like that empath vampire that knows that they are affecting you that way. And sometimes family, significant other, friend, whatever it may be, some people enjoy doing that to the empath themselves because they know how to manipulate. They're very good at manipulating, and they like keeping you on your toes. Like, I wonder what they're expecting me to, how to behave when I walk in that door. Let's see how much of a panic I can make them have.
Exactly. And with that, we're going to
Hmm.
get into another card reading for you all.
Oh, we got a
Uh,
Roseanne Buckingham. Oh my God, Lizzie, sounds like you're explaining my life.
okay, we're gonna
Thank you for
good timing.
joining, Roseanne.
Yes, thank you, Roseanne, for joining us. We are really on a roll. You know, when you have energy vampires in your life and they exaggerate their problems, you know, so, like I said, some of which could be real, but then they exaggerate it because they really are trying to get whatever it is they want from you, whether it's money or it's
Right,
chaka chaka or something else, you know, drugs,
right,
whatever, money for
right.
drugs. It's all those entities that you are literally fighting against. As an empath, it is on you to really, you have to know your self-worth. Because remember what we said about dark empaths. Now they're out there, they know the the thing about a
Right.
dark empath, they really know how to mirror. Just like a narcissist, they know how to mirror what's expected of them. They know what to say so that they can get what they want. There you go. I'm
Exactly.
telling you.
Exactly.
Okay, so she says, just
Thank you
found
for what.
your live, lovely ladies. I think I've been guided to you tonight. Oh, well, amen. Hallelujah. We welcome you here, Roseanne. Hi. Thank you so much for joining our
Yes.
show. Thank you for what you do. Oh, absolutely welcome. Absolutely, absolutely. The topic today has been energy vampires, and we were just discussing how they are everywhere. Um and these people, they don't really interact with that as many people as they say. They lie about that. Oh, I got so many friends. No, you don't. You a liar. You got one person that's probably obsessed
Exactly.
with you. That ain't your friend.
Right.
All right, Liz, let's
Right.
get into
Right.
this next card reading. We're gonna do you wanna
Okay.
do a oracle 3 card drop? What you feeling?
I'm feeling. Let's. I'm gonna do my Oracle love cards.
Oh my gosh, I grabbed my Oracle deck. Ha ha ha! We both on the same
I'm
page.
gonna pull.
Yes. All right, Miss
Right.
Liz.
So I'm
We
gonna
both
pull
on the
three. I'm gonna
same
pull
page.
three cards.
All right. You're up, Miss Liz.
Ooh.
Take your
Jumped
time,
out.
Queen. Take your time.
First one. Okay.
Oh,
I
they're
got two
talking.
more. Let's.
They're flying.
They are. Cause. Oh. Okay. That one jumped out. So our first card is the Chaser reversed. Oh, there we go. The Chaser reversed. So this is letting me know that the person isn't in the relationship. They're wanting to give you a chance. They're wanting to not run away. They're wanting to not run away. They're wanting to stick with you. Now, um, the second card is reverse soulmate. We'll get it in there. Reverse soulmate. So the reverse soulmate is letting me know that though you think this person is meant for you, this is only going to be a temporary relationship. This isn't going to be the one that you've probably hoped for, wanted. Um, they'll be with you for a minute, but unfortunately, this person is not going to stick with you. There's going to be more drama than necessary that is needed. The last card I have for you is the camera. The camera wants you to, it's okay to keep keepsakes, to learn from the past, make memories. And if you realize, this goes with the first set of cards, when the hands were holding to make memories with the candles in the hands, like you move forward, you can hold on to the memories. This camera wants you to do the same thing. It's okay to reminisce, look back at pictures, look back at the things that you loved. But remember, it doesn't mean that the person that you're with now is that soulmate connection that you really need, that someone's going to be by your side. Though they're not, they won't run. They've lost that codependency on other things that they once had. So just be careful with this person. It may be fine for the moment, but this person's not going to stick around, and that may be a good thing. I mean, as upsetting as it may be, this is actually could be a good thing for you to realize that. Don't get too caught up on um, trying to appease someone in the end that's really not going to work out. I'm with you. I'm feeling you both. Let's do this. Thank you for welcoming me. Hey, Elizabeth. Bless you. Nice to meet you too. Oh, thank you.
All right, all right. Thank you, Liz. I got the first card that I got for my Oracle deck, if I could talk, is the Harvest.
Okay.
Gathering your blessings. Start thinking about everything that you really need to bring together so that you can remind yourself of your value. You somehow forgot, with being all these attacks that you've endured, you somehow forgot your value, your self-worth. So now do some
Right.
self-reflection. Take some time for yourself.
Right.
Gather your harvest. You still have your future ahead of you and things to do. And other people are waiting for you to do the job also, or to join into the festivities. Healing the heart, power of self love. Again, you need to, once you gain and you build yourself up, you are going to start to feel so much better. You're going to feel that empowerment. You're going to know, wow, I got better people around me now. So that progression is going to take place. You're going to feel the difference between then, when you were down and out, and when you finally started to build that
Right.
barrier. You're going to feel that difference, and
Right.
it's going to come from your solar plexus. You're going to feel it in your gut, your solar plexus. If you find that your solar plexus, your gut is like hurting you, you can't digest anything very well, your digestive system, of course, is going to be affected by the energy vampires. um they make you, because they make you feel anxious and stressed. Go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, receiving. Let it go. You know that song, Let It Go, Let It Go? I'm doing a lot of singing on this episode. Just let it go. And then
Yes.
also go with the flow. Once you, because you know how, like, when you let go of something that's toxic, you're like, well, what do I do now? Well, that's where you go with the flow. You like, let tomorrow come, and as tomorrow comes, you just go with it. If someone buys you a cup of coffee and it's for free, say, okay, thank you, God bless you, and you pay it forward. If someone holds the door open, and but it catches you off guard because you know what their intention. Again, don't worry about their intention. Just say thank you, and then just go with the flow. Things will keep moving forward, because this has to do with letting go, cleansing, receiving. As you receive good things in your life again, you're going to feel yourself being cleansed. You're going to feel your spirit lifting, and you're going to have that glow again that a lot of people have probably been telling you that you don't even have anymore. I don't feel that. I don't see life in your eyes. You look kind of like dead in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? So what do we have? OMG, Lily. Yes,
Oh
my
my
gut
god.
can rest. Oh, go ahead, Liz. You read for me, please.
Oh my God, Lily. Yes, my gut can't rest. I'm learning so much in the last few months. Something others made me think I'm crazy for feeling. No, you're not crazy for feeling that. It's your body telling you that something is wrong, something's not right. You need to get out of the situation you were in, and you need to be able to cleanse yourself from that, of the situation.
Right. And what a beautiful feeling it would be when you do cleanse yourself. You see that card? I'm trying to hold it to my face like this so you can kind of see it. When you can just
There you go.
give
There you
yourself
go.
that hug. Yeah, when you can give yourself that hug that you've been needing, you're like, man, I couldn't even hug myself.
Yeah,
I couldn't even hug myself. I
right,
wouldn't let no one hug me. I would let no one touch me because ah, I just, I was like, I just had this don't touch me, or just I just want to be alone type feeling. Nobody is crazy for having those
Right.
gut instincts. Gut instincts were the
Right.
term gut instincts were created for a reason. For those people who are very intuitive. Earth magic.
Right.
Remember what I said about connecting with Mother Earth earlier,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen? When I mentioned about connecting with Mother Earth, Earth magic. I pulled this card, Earth magic. Beautiful card. Fearlessness, removing obstacles. And remember earlier, we had strength reverse. This was showing that a person was lacking the
Yes.
strength, the courage to go forward. You see how it comes back? And you see, you can't make this up. And but once you remove, once you can just build yourself back up, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not. That's that's amazing if it happens overnight. Some people do bounce back fast like that, but not everybody does. And you do not judge somebody poorly for, if they can't bounce back just as fast as you can. Oh, I'm so glad you're a Wolverine and you can just heal and replenish as fast as he does. I don't have that. And this is why. But
Right.
again, don't think about all the why you're there. How can you move forward? How do we get again, build yourself up.
Right.
Those affirmations. I know my self worth. I will not let this person talk to me this way. I'm not going to let this person touch me that way. It made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I'm not going to be afraid to let them know. I don't have to be a jerk saying it, but I'm going to let them know. You got to know
Right.
your boundaries. And that's when you're going to be removing
Exactly.
all those obstacles that held you back, because you know what? You still have so much to do. And you're not doing it because of idiots.
Right.
But that doesn't make you the bad guy. That just it's because you were trying to help someone else and they're not appreciating you. They want more and more and more and more.
Right.
They don't care if you die. They don't care if they drain you so much to the point where you are not even alive anymore. And I know that's really rough how I say that, and forgive me, but people are this way. People are this way, and it's sad. And like I said, it can come from anyone. And it's sad. It's horrible. It hurts so bad because you really wanted
Right.
this person or these people in your life. You really wanted them. You liked them. They were funny. You had good times, you know, maybe a few good memories, but now it's just time to go. Your life is taking you
Right.
someplace else. But you can't get there
Right.
unless you let that go. Again, you don't have to be a jerk unless the person, sometimes hey, sometimes you do. Liz, talk to him. You're a Capricorn.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if someone's a jerk to you, you don't have to reciprocate being a jerk back. There's always tactful ways of getting away from that person. So how they say don't stoop as low as that person, it's almost like if you stoop as low as they do, you're almost going to be that empathic vampire that you don't want done to you. So you kind of got to be above that a bit from what they're doing. Make your point. I don't have to tolerate this anymore. I don't have to be around you anymore because I need things that are going to serve me, that I can help others in a positive way. You're not bringing me the positivity anymore. You're not helping me. You're only hindering me. I can no longer serve your purpose to fulfill your needs, and I get nothing in return. So there's nothing wrong with parting ways at all. There's nothing wrong with that. You move on.
You
And
know that
with some
feeling?
people,
Yeah, you know that feeling in your chest, Liz. You ever felt it where it was tight?
yes, yes.
Go on into it. Go into it. Tight chest. What is that?
For me, at least, I get the tightness for me is a burning sensation, knowing that if I don't step away from that person sooner, they're going to take more from me than I can than what I want to give. And for me, at least when I feel it, other empaths may feel it differently. But for me personally, it means if I keep prolonging this waiting game of when am I going to say something to the person, I'm going to take 10 steps back when I progressed and made 15 steps forward. I don't want to do that. She says, yes, Lily, 11 years and my chest is so tight.
That's anxiety.
Your body's letting you know. Yeah, and your body's letting you know you need a split, a
Rest.
break, a peaceful, amicable, if possible. Yes, and rest.
Yes, you need rest.
My chest shakes with
People,
tightness. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
That is anxiety and stress. The person and the person could be like, oh, here we go with your anxiety again. If they don't get it, that you gotta move away from them. I've heard of some people even just they get an apartment or they just get a vacation home away from everybody. They go to maybe visit family in another state, and they go in the guest room just to get away from the other people and they purposely let the other family know, hey, listen, I just need a minute. I just need to regain my strength. You know how like they have those retreats too, like for yoga, so that you're around pretty much nobody. You have like these small sessions where there's nobody there. Everybody has their yoga mats. You can just sit down, breathe. They might have it outside. It's a wonderful thing to experience because some people just they got to start from zero just to replenish, just to get that back. You find yourself in and out of the hospital a lot. I kid you not. It's not like I have not experienced that. I've been in the hospital all because my solar plexus, that chakra right here, it was in knots. And not just that, but the tightness in the chest and the stomach, that those two areas were connected. It was like this and this at the same time was hurting me. And then it went into my arm, and I know I wasn't having a heart attack. However, stress can cause a heart attack. It can. And I don't want to scare
right,
anybody. I don't want to scare anybody. What this means is that you have to just breathe one day at a time, okay? One day at a time. And hi, what's up, Re6? Hi there,
right.
wonderful family. Everybody, especially if you get that
Yes,
moment, what have I missed? What's the topic? Oh, energy vampires. Today we've talked about energy vampires and we did some card readings. Shout out to Bernadette. Shout out to Roseanne and shout out to Re6. Thank you for joining us. And we really delve in deep because energy vampires can come anywhere. I'm going to say long and short. I'm going to say it real short, real fast, Liz. Um, energy vampires can
go for
come
it.
from anybody, anything, anywhere. It could be a family member. It could be somebody at work. It could be your significant other. It could be a friend. It could be a group of friends. And so after discussing and delving into energy vampires and what they do and how they can affect us, the next question is, what do we do to build our barrier back up so that we can do a hadouken right at them? And we mentioned you have to do some self-reflection. It's very important because at this point you're thinking to yourself, you're like, when they've left you with nothing and all you feel is like maybe even some tightness in your back, in your solar plexus right there, your stomach, and it's hard to eat, your digestive system is all whacked out and your chest is tight. When it's gotten to this point, it is really bad. You really need that alone time. Just don't try not to dwell on the fact if you're a person that doesn't like to be alone. Try not to dwell on that factor because this is so important. When the energy vampire has done this to you to where now you are physically internally affected, where you can end up in that hospital again and again, the doctor's going to say, well, whatever it is that's stressing you out, you need to do away with it. That's what he's going to say. He or she is
Hmm.
going to say. Yes, you can call them a succubus. That's what he or she is going to say. And energy vampires, like we were saying, since they can be adults or they could be children, and we found them a lot of narcissists. Narcissists are key people
Right.
that definitely drain your energy, whether you're an empath or you're not an empath. You know, a person that picks up on things very sensitive. You're picking up on something, but what the heck is it? Well, you just might be an empath, my friend, and you just don't know it. So we've delved really deep into it, and if we have to dive
Right.
into it some more, we are happy to do some so next time on our show, because we don't like to leave you with no answers. We want you to feel like you've gained a lot from this episode. So each episode that we supply you, we want you to feel, hey, you know what? That was different. That was even different than the last one because I got even more intel. Because we don't have too much time. We like to keep it just an hour, give everybody a time to go to sleep because everybody got work in the morning. Um, Liz, why don't you go into the effects, the physical effects
What?
of your your plexus? You know, like with the
Well,
chest and the
reset.
heart.
Right. Reset says, but also they can only absorb the energy you allow them to. At least mine, being who I am, makes it easy to see things clearly. Well, sometimes re 6, they you don't know what they're doing until they do little by little by little by little until you start to see the bigger picture of things. So sometimes they don't
Right.
come at you full force. It's picking little things to see what they can get by with and what they can learn off of you to use against you or to
Right.
try to manipulate you doing, and you're not going to know that till later.
I know energy vampires that left a state to come drain my energy. They literally left the state to come drain my energy. Nobody in this comment section, so please don't let that go to your head. Because I know some of the people in the comment section. No, none of y'all. Um, no secret hidden messages here. Just saying.
Right.
But and I'm talking like I said, family, like people who have traveled. They used to be in one state, but then
You're
they came
welcome,
here.
Bernadette.
You're welcome,
Right.
sweetheart. And then they you want to help them, but you can't help them because now,
Right.
and I've been experiencing a lot of the financial, energy vampires as of late. I don't give
Mm,
them the money that they want right away. So all of a sudden they they're taking back whatever they were going to give me. Now they just took it back. And they're like, I'm just going to bless someone else. Please stop using the word blessing when you speak with a serpent's tongue. Please stop it. Just stop. It's not cool. All right. I'm Liz knows. I'm straight. I'm direct. I'm just gonna give it to you full throttle because I mean I could give it more gently. What Liz? You know how I get down. I ask,
right.
but in this show, since we only have so much time, I like to be direct and just give it to you straight up. I don't like to play ring around the rosy with y'all. I'm not gonna do that to you. Thank you so much. I
Right.
needed you two
Right.
ladies tonight with this topic. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like a reading from Miss Lizzie, she is available on TikTok. She's also available on our page. You can follow us on Let's Talk Empath. Let's Talk Empath. Okay, we definitely appreciate your support. You can also follow Miss Lizzie at Elizabeth Smith 627. And don't forget that she has books available on Amazon that
Yes.
really are deep, and they're not for children. This is for grown adults who might need to hear someone that they can relate to.
Right.
So
And on
we leave you with our
TikTok,
blessing.
it's Lizzie Lizzie
Oh, let me get that.
dot Smalls SMOLLS.
At Lizzie Smalls. No, it Lizzie dot Smalls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lizzie dot Smalls. Okay,
Yes.
which
And I
looks
and I have
like
card
that.
readings. I've done tarot readings on the yeah. I've done readings on there. There are several card readings on there, and I periodically put readings on there. So you can always message me, and I can do a card reading for you.
Yes. And I want to just touch back on what Re6 was saying about how they can only absorb the energy you allow them. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes these people are very clever. They know what they're doing. They'll make you think that
Right,
you're in control. They'll get you back to that. That's how they work. They get you back to that point where they make you think and feel like you are in control. Just so that, because what are you doing when you're doing that? What are you doing when you're feeling you're in control again? Well, now you got more energy for them to suck. You got more energy for them to take. You're rejuvenated, but you're rejuvenated for the wrong reason now. You're rejuvenated for them, not yourself. You just think they made you
right,
think that way. They made you think that you're in control.
right,
They know what they're doing, but they act good. They just they play stupid.
right.
Oh, I'm
I'm
just
just
glad
glad
so
that so
many.
many are
Keep going.
got,
Keep
are
going. Go
waking
ahead.
up and finding themselves as this world is showing its true colors. Yes,
Yes.
nowadays I believe they are. Yes.
It's true. And it's a good thing. We really need it. We will see you all next time on our next episode. We are on live on this channel every second and fourth Sunday of the month. So the next time you'll see Lizzie and myself live for our next topic will be February 25th. Again, it falls on a Sunday Eastern Standard Time. All right, so we will see you
Yeah.
later. Many blessings. You can find me on all social media platforms
Many
if you need me to
blessings.
do a card reading. Go ahead and follow us on Let's
Yes.
Talk Empath, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, take it away, Liz.
And thank you all again. Love y'all. Yes, love you, Re6. Thank you, Bernadette and Roseanne and everybody that showed up. This was fantastic and can't wait to see you on our next episode. Many blessings.